If you had to choose one quarterback in the NFL under the age of 25 who you believe will win multiple Super Bowls, who would it be? When you think about everything, talent, leadership, current situation, coaching, and what they've accomplished so far, the decision isn't easy. Players like C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, and even Caleb Williams are exciting names that come to mind. But my pick? J.J. McCarthy. Yes, I said it, and no, this isn't just about Michigan pride. There's a real reason behind this choice, and it starts with his fit in Minnesota under head coach Kevin O'Connell. O'Connell knows quarterbacks. He was a 4-year starter at San Diego State before being drafted by the Patriots, where he hoped to learn under Tom Brady and then carve out a big NFL career. Instead, he bounced around the league and later realized why he never made it. He tried too hard to impress. He wanted to wow coaches with flashy throws instead of executing the simple, correct play with precision. Years later, O'Connell studied Brady, Montana, and Elway, focusing on their most clutch moments: Super Bowls, game-winning drives, and playoff thrillers. What stood out? Their calmness. Even under the highest pressure, they looked like they were running spring practice. They didn't force hero throws. They mastered doing the obvious thing flawlessly. That philosophy defines O'Connell's approach to coaching quarterbacks now, and J.J. McCarthy fits that mold perfectly. He's poised, disciplined, and coachable, surrounded by elite weapons like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, and now Adam Thielen returning to Minnesota. McCarthy has every chance to thrive long-term. Speaking of big NFL news, Kansas City just took a major hit. Wide receiver Rashee Rice has been suspended 6 games for violating the league's personal conduct policy. This comes from his involvement in a hit-and-run crash last year in Dallas, which left multiple people injured. Rice received a sentence of 30 days in jail and 5 years probation in July. He won't be back until Week 7 when the Chiefs take on the Raiders. That means no Rice for some huge matchups, including the Super Bowl rematch against Philadelphia, a major AFC clash with Baltimore, and Sunday Night Football against Detroit. Big problem, right? Not so fast. CBS sports analyst Emory Hunt says Kansas City will be fine, and I agree. Yes, Rice was supposed to be a big weapon, but look at the depth they've got. Juju Smith-Schuster is back. Tyquan Thornton looked fantastic this preseason. Rookie speedster Xavier Worthy brings serious deep threat potential. And let's not forget about Hollywood Brown. Add Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, and an improved offensive line that will open up the run game, and Patrick Mahomes still has plenty of tools to work with. This offense isn't falling apart anytime soon. Now let's talk about Baltimore because the Ravens just made history. Safety Kyle Hamilton signed a 4-year, $100 million extension with $82 million guaranteed, making him the highest-paid safety in NFL history, and he's worth every penny. Hamilton isn't just a safety, he's a weapon who can line up anywhere. With Baltimore adding Malachi Starks, Jair Alexander, and second-year corner Nate Wiggins, plus more pass rush talent like rookie Mike Green, Hamilton will have the freedom to play aggressively. He can blitz, cover deep, and dominate the box. Emory Hunt even picked him as his Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and honestly, it's a strong call. The Ravens' defense is stacked, and Hamilton might be the centerpiece. Back to Minnesota. How about some nostalgia? The Vikings just brought back Adam Thielen after his stint in Carolina, and I think it's a brilliant move. With Jordan Addison suspended for the first 3 games and Justin Jefferson easing his way back from offseason issues, Thielen gives J.J. McCarthy a trusted, reliable target underneath. He's not going to blow past defenders like he used to, but his hands are still elite, and his ability to find soft spots in coverage makes him an ideal safety blanket for a rookie quarterback. Pair him with T.J. Hawkinson, and this passing game stays on track until Addison returns and Jefferson is 100%. When that happens, Minnesota will have a loaded receiving core. And now for the fun part, the Vikings rumor mill. 3 names have been linked to Minnesota recently: Asante Samuel Jr., KJ Osborn, and Romeo Doubs. Let's break it down. First, Asante Samuel Jr. is the most exciting option. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, Samuel is scheduled for a CT scan in October after undergoing spinal fusion surgery. If cleared, he'll sign with a team for the second half of the season, and the Vikings have been tied to him for months. When healthy, he's a turnover machine. Just remember his playoff performance against the Jaguars in 2023, where he picked off Trevor Lawrence 3 times in one half. Adding Samuel to Brian Flores' defense would be a game changer. Next, KJ Osborn. The Commanders just released him, and he's familiar with Kevin O'Connell's system. He's not flashy, but he's reliable depth, posting 48 catches for 540 yards and 3 touchdowns last year. Finally, Romeo Doubs from Green Bay. Now this one's spicy because NFC North trades rarely happen, but if the Packers were willing to deal him, the Vikings would land a major weapon. Doubs had 59 catches for 674 yards and 8 touchdowns last season. Imagine him in purple alongside Jefferson and Addison? That's scary. Realistic? Probably not. Fun to dream? Absolutely. So here's the big question. If you could only add one of these three, Asante Samuel Jr., KJ Osborn, or Romeo Doubs, who are you picking? Samuel Jr. offers star power if he's healthy. Osborn is the safe, plug-and-play option. Doubs is the fantasy dream. Drop your answer in the comments, hit that like button, share this with your fellow fans, and subscribe for more Vikings news and rumors. This is Your Name signing off. S-Call Nation. Let's hear your thoughts.